Okay, everybody wonders, what are we going to do for entertainment after the lights go out? Or when the lights go out. Sooner or later, they're going to happen. Hopefully, it won't be long, but whatever. But, you know, previous videos, I discovered Trollonite, or kryptonite for trolls. I'm not going to say 100%, but 90% of the trolls go nuts when you pull this out. And y'all know I love to entertain the trolls. So before each video, I'm going to start out with a little Trollonite. And what better to start off a troll than with a prayer? We will pray for the trolls now. Let's see, where are we at here? Matthew 6. We start at verse 9. Here. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Oh, you trolls, I bet you're tearing those keyboards up right now, calling me all kinds of names, going, oh, it's terrible. Ooh, you ever watch those movies where the vampire does the cross? Well, this is what we do to trolls. Now, most of them's all done run off now. So now we're going to get up to the important stuff. And as far as entertainment, for, while the lights are out, you're not going to be watching TV playing the Game Boy. On those cold, rainy days, in wintertime, when you only got short time of daylight and it gets dark early, nobody really wants to sleep 12 hours. And for you married folks, you better find something to do, otherwise you'll just have a house full of children. Okay, this right here should be in your things to-do list. I mean, it's good reading. I mean, it gets a little confusing, especially when you get into the lineage part. Who begot who and begot. I mean, that part even drives me nuts. So, there we go. We got, this should be in your entertainment. Now, what got me making this video wasn't the Bible, but I'm going to add that to my videos just for the trolls. The other day in the house, I was looking for a deck of cards. And I couldn't find any, except for some that my father had gotten from Eastern Airlines. When the airlines went bankrupt, they had to sell off their stuff, and he bought a couple of the boxes of playing cards, but I vacuum sealed those because I figured maybe 100 years from now, they might be worth something. So it's kind of like a collector's item. I put them in vacuum sealed bags and put them up. So I didn't want to use those. So I decided I'd go to Wally World. Next time I was in Wally World, pick up a deck of cards. Well, I get up there and I see all these different kinds of cards. Picked up a couple of different variations. And, of course, when I got to the house, I looked up playing cards on the internet. Playing cards are just have dozens of games. Any board games, a good thing to have. But the reason I'm focusing on the playing cards is because, there's different kinds. I got me a poker chip set. It was like $21. Comes with these nice heavy clay and a couple of decks of cards. But the cards it came with are these cheapo made in China. And believe me, I did not realize how big a difference there is in playing. Did you know, difference there is in playing cards? Did you know there are whole websites that are devoted just to playing cards? Let me drop them on the floor. Anyhow, I got one of them here. So I just played 54 card pickup on the floor there. I'll get it after the video. this is what it came with. This is a made in China, plain acetyl coated paper, very cheap, flimsy. Now, y'all can look this up for yourselves. Bicycle is the name brand. Now, Bicycle has a brand called the Wounded Warrior ones, where every deck you buy, 19 cents goes to the Wounded Warrior project. Very nice thing. And what they are is basically their basic card set, except it's Wounded Warrior. Bicycle cards are made by the U.S. Playing Card Company, or U.S. Card Company in Kentucky. The problem is with them, their top of the line ones are called Prestige, and the other half of the box is what fell on the floor. Right, here we go. Let me get the top of the box so you can at least see what the outside of the box looks like. This is the box it'll come in that I just dumped on the floor. Prestige, and they're plastic, supposed to have a paper-like feel, which they're close, but they don't really. $8.50 at Walmart for a pack of these. Now let me tell you, I was all hunky-dory about it until I opened it up and looked where they're made at. China. The U.S. Card Company is making their plastic cards in China and charging, let's see, more than double what their standard cards cost. The standard air-cushioned, Bicycle or B brand playing cards. Now, I do agree that these last probably 2 or 3 times longer than the paper cards. They are impervious to moisture and stuff like that, so if you wanted for a bug-out bag or something that might be getting moisture in it, yeah, the plastic cards are better. However, there is another brand of plastic cards. It's called Vegas brand, and these are plastic, and they feel almost like these $8 a pack, but these are $4 a pack. I have no problems. If I'm going to buy Chinese stuff, I'm not going to pay American-made prices for a Chinese product. So Bicycle, you lost on this one. If you're going to get the plastic cards, just get the Vegas brand ones. There's no sense buying a plastic card that's not even made in America. So now, on the paper cards that Bicycle makes, there are 2 different ones. There's the little bit heavier paper one, and they call that the Guardian. These are about, I think they're 50 cents or 55 cents more a pack than their regular ones. You have to decide whether it's better for you. Personally, I'd rather get these in a box of 12, a dozen. They call them a little case, or, resale box. Because guess what? You may keep a couple of packs for yourself, but you can use them as trading items. This is a barter item right here. Plus, if you get them in the box, they're only like $2.70 a pack, $2.50 a pack. So you save considerable savings, and you just buy a couple of boxes of them for $50, and you have trading items. Because I don't know about you, but there's more different card games that, what are Solitaire? There's Rummy, Spades, Trump. There's just too many to name. Poker. How many different kinds of poker are there? You can play with a deck of cards. So what I'm making this video is because I was amazed at all the different types of cards. And if I encourage you to go onto YouTube and just type in, do a YouTube search for playing cards and or playing card reviews. They got whole things on things like flourishing, where they toss the cards up in the air and they do all that fancy stuff. There's whole communities just to playing with cards. Myself, when I went to Walmart, I figured, when I found there's so many different kinds, good grief. So what I'm going to say for a bug out bag, these El Cheapo plastic ones, because they're impervious to moisture, $4 may not be El Cheapo, but they are plastic. They are made in China. Sorry, Bicycle or U.S. card company, I'm not paying that much money for something you got out of China. If you're going to ask that much money, you should at least made your deck of cards here in America. You've got a factory to make them here. Put some American workers to work, and I'm going to say no to the Bicycle Prestige. Yes to the Bicycle Wounded Warrior. They didn't have any of those at Wally World for me to pick up, but the Bicycle is supporting our troops that way. They're the same quality as the standard bicycles. And like I say, if you want the heavier duty bicycles, they're called Guardians. That's just made with a slightly heavier paper. I guess you call it like, heavier paper. So it's slightly heavier paper. But in all actuality, if you want to save money, get them in boxes of 12. That way you can play with them a little while and give them, pass them on down to the kids. But I don't know, some of y'all might want to get into card magic and all that stuff, where you, here, find this card and all that stuff. I mean, it's just what this video is about. SHTF Entertainment. Now that we're done with the cards, the board games, the monopolies, the battleships. Don't forget, there's another card game, America's favorite, Uno! Yep, I picked up a few of these decks of Uno. Now, there is a deluxe version of Uno that comes, all it is a fancy container. And that gets me because it's nice. The fancy container protects the cards, but it's not $10 worth of difference. I think, well, maybe $7 worth of difference in price. So, just get a plastic bag, I guess, for my Uno cards. And Uno, fun little game when you have, 3 or 4 people to play. I wouldn't play more than 4. Well, 5. But this can be a fun game. If you don't holler Uno, you get a bunch of points deducted and all that stuff. You have to draw so many back out. Well, Uno's, I remember playing this when I was a child. Cool game. But there, like I say, a deck of these and a book of card games, yeah, get a book. Learn them all. On those lone winter nights, you ain't going to have much else to do. Get you some board games. Don't forget the Trollonite, also known as the Holy Bible. Lots of other books. Of course, you'll have all kinds of books on canning and stuff. But the entertaining books, too. Get the entertaining books. After you're done with them, you can trade them off to your neighbor. Trade the Patriots, or 1 second after. Somebody may have 1 second after, and you got the Patriots. Yeah, you can trade. Books will be a tradable item too, except for this one. You want to keep this one. So another thing too, they make, well, everybody knows they come in large print. I'd like to see one of these with a water-resistant paper, but I imagine if they made it with water-resistant paper, it would be like yay big and weigh 100 pounds. So, but you can get more copies of them here. Personally, I get the large print with red letter. The red writing means more to me than most of the rest of it. Other than that, let's see. I guess I have. Let's see. Have I accomplished everything? We've talked about games for After Pooh Hits the Fan. I've annoyed the trolls. I believe I've accomplished what I needed to for this video. So y'all have a good one, and just remember, y'all trolls, every future video is going to come with a Bible verse just for you.